In this video, we're going to talk about synthetic division. Synthetic division is basically a shorthand to perform long division if our divisor is a linear term. So to do synthetic division, we're first going to set up our bar, or our synthetic division bar. We're going to write our coefficients for each term in the dividend. So looking at our coefficients, we have x squared, which has basically just 1x squared, 5x, which is just 5, and 6. And we're going to write our divisor out to the left. So instead of x plus 1, we're going to write what our 0 would be, which in this case is -1. So x plus 1 is our divisor, but our 0 would be -1 for that value. Okay, now we're going to take it step by step. First, you start off by bringing down the 1. Now we're going to multiply this guy by our -1, which is -1. 5 plus -1, which is 4. Now we're going to multiply that by our -1 again. So 4 times -1 is -4. And then 6 minus 4 is just 2. So if you recall from dividing other polynomials, when you divide a polynomial, the quotient's leading exponent is going to be one fewer than it started. So let me explain that. So instead of starting with x squared, our leading exponent is just going to be x to the first, which is this x. And this would be this 1 would be our leading coefficient. So we got 1x, a +4, and our remainder is 2. And remember how to write our remainders. We got a remainder over the divisor. And that's our answer. So x squared plus 5x plus 6 divided by x plus 1 is equal to x plus 4 plus 2 over x plus 1. Here we have a division problem, x cubed minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Since x minus 1 is linear, we're allowed to use synthetic division. So I'm just going to do it right now. So x minus 1 is our divisor. That means our potential 0 would be a +1. X cubed minus 1 is our dividend, so I'm just going to write our coefficients. So we have 1x cubed, we have no x squareds, we have no x's, and we have a -1 constant. Okay, now let's start it off. So we're going to start by bringing down the 1. Now we're going to multiply this by our divisor. So 1 times 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1 times 1 is... Oh, I see a train going on here. And then -1 plus 1 is 0. So that's our remainder. So our remainder is 0. So that means x minus 1 is a factor. But we're not getting into that right now. So now let's write our resulting polynomial. So we started with x cubed. So this is going to be our x squared, our +x, and then a +1. So we got x squared plus x plus 1. Alright, we got this big beefy polynomial being divided by this linear term. So we're allowed to do synthetic division, so let's go ahead and do that. Line up our coefficients first, from least to great, from highest exponent to lowest exponent. So we have a -2x to the 5th, 6x to the 4th, 10x cubed, -6x squared, -9x, and then a +4. We didn't skip any exponent terms, so we don't need to fill in with any zeros. Then our divisor is x minus 4, so that means a 4 is going to be out front here. Okay. Start by bringing down the negative 2. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. 6 plus negative 8 is negative 2 again. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. 10 plus negative 8 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 6 plus 8 is 2. And 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. 4 plus negative 4 is 0, which is a remainder. So we have a remainder of 0. Now I'm just going to write our resulting polynomial. So we started with negative 2x to the 5th. So our first exponent is going to be x to the 4th. Negative 2x to the 4th. Then it's negative 2x cubed. A positive 2x squared. And then another positive 2x. And then a negative 1. There we go. After watching that video, you should feel comfortable with trying these problems. Page 277 of the textbook, numbers 27 to 30.